What is the hardest part of being a teacher when creating the best learning experience for the students?
I think the hardest part is making sure that everything you're teaching is at the level of every person in the room. Especially in the music classroom, we have a lot of people that come from different places and are at different levels of what they know. So making sure that everybody, even though they're all in the same class, is learning something at their level so that we can all work together. That's probably the hardest thing.
How do you do it?
It's a good question. Well, sometimes we have to break things down or back up a little bit and go to something that maybe some people learned in middle school but other people didn't learn. And start a little bit easier, but then start working back up to our levels. So some people at the beginning of the year didn't know like certain scales. So we started at the beginning and we've worked through all of them. So now everybody has a much better understanding of how that works. But then at the same time, I make sure that we're still doing music that's challenging for everybody. So
What's the easiest part of it?
the easiest part of teaching in general is that I think the easiest part of teaching is just being excited every day because I get to teach a really cool subject and it's unique, and for most people or most students it's their favorite thing in the day, so that makes it a lot easier for me to be ready to go knowing that kids are excited to be in class.
As a teacher, how do you rely on staff members to help you create the best learning experience for the students?
How do I rely on other staff members?
Not like teachers.
I think that we rely on our other staff members just to help make sure that like our whole campus is a really safe learning environment and that students feel like people are keeping them safe and also keeping them accountable and responsible for like where they're supposed to be and being on time. That makes a teacher's job a lot easier because then we know that kids are doing what they're supposed to be doing and that they're in class learning.
How do you rely on other teachers?
That's a little harder. I know a lot of other subject areas, the teachers get to work a little more closely together because either they teach the same subject or the same subject area, and I'm really the only one that teaches my subject. But even in arts, like we're doing our fine arts night next week, so we can kind of rely on each other to bounce off ideas like how can we present artwork better, or how can we kind of show off the talent of all of the students that are fine art students, because sometimes we're kind of in our own little corner while everybody else, those subject areas because they're really important for you to graduate. But ours, I think, like I said earlier, our subject area is the reason why a lot of people still come to school. It's because they really like, band or they like art. And so just